Hi YouTube, it's Joe here. It's Sunday afternoon. I went out to a car boot sale this morning. Got back in time just to go out to church and then just got back, and I'm just showing you quickly now what I picked up and then a few sales from yesterday. I got to the boot sale about no, probably about 20 to 7. I normally get there for about sort of 20 past 6. So it was about 20 minutes later than I normally get there, but not that really made too much difference. There was sort of still people coming, and as I was arriving, the boot sale I go to on the Saturday, there's so much competition for your video games and your trainers. You've just got to be in the right place at the right time, otherwise stuff just goes missing. I saw so many people walking past with really nice trainers and some good games and things like that, but you can't be everywhere in all of the time. So yeah, we're still happy with some of the bits I got. First thing I picked up, well, one of the things I picked up is really insignificant, but it was really helpful. I got this. It's just a lace with one of these little Air Force One tags on it. A guy had stuff on a mat, all mixture of things, and it was like 50p or a pound, depending on what mat it was on. And he had a pair of Air Force Ones, and they were on the pound mat, but they were totally trashed, the backs and everything like that. And only one of them had a lace. And I just said to him, he had some spare laces anyway. So I said, can I just take this lace out? And he goes, yeah, whatever. And I gave him 20p, and he let me take that, which is really handy because I had a pair of really nice pair of size 7 Air Forces in really good condition, but obviously I was missing the lace for one of them, so that's really helpful. For another 20p, just completes those. So yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Sometimes like the small pickups can be really significant and really helpful. It might be like a bit of Duplo or so that completes a set, or something like that you're just really looking out for. So yeah, I was chuffed with that. In terms of actual pickups, having said I was going to sort of try and move away a little bit from Converse and Vans and stuff like that, I found myself buying a few too many of them today, but they're pretty reasonable ones. First thing though, pair of trainers, these 95s again. I referenced them earlier as the criminal choice trainer, yeah, paid £3 for those. I've always done really well on those. These ones are a bit worn around the edges, but should still do quite well with them. Quite a nice pair of ladies Converse, sort of pink with flowers and butterflies and stuff on them. They do need a wash, but yeah, paid £2 for those. Should get about £15 back on them. These are Jordans, these little kids, I think they're called like Spike Ikes or something like that, or Spice Ikes, I don't know. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I have sold a pair of these in the past for about £20 or £22 or something. So I paid up for these a little bit. I paid £5 for them, but they're in a really good sort of colour. They're like the Jordan red and black, sort of like from his Bulls days and stuff like that. So that's really great. So I should do well with those. Paid £5 for this pair of 90s, Nike Air Max 90s. The suede is a little bit worn around the edge, around the sort of toe caps, but good condition, good size, a little mark here, a little bit of wear, but that doesn't sort of detract from the value too much. And I sold a pair of these yesterday, very similar to those, so I thought £5, and I'd got £35 for the other pair, so I thought there'll be money in those even at £25 or something like that. Pair of blazers, just grey ones, not great condition. I might actually chuck these in the wash. I normally don't put blazers in the wash because they're suede, but they can't really be much worse. One thing to say with blazers, sometimes it looks like they're really worn and damaged here, where this sort of sponge is exposed, but that's just how it is on those tongues, so don't be put off by that if you see them like that. Pair of Converse double tongues, paid £2.50 for those. They were the first thing I bought. Yeah, they're in pretty reasonable condition. Bit of wear to the heels, but should get about £15 back on those. These pair of Vans, really nice, black Vans, size 10. So I'm about a size 9, 9.5, so I could keep these if I wanted to, so I need to make a decision on them. The heels are a bit worn, but yeah, really nice Vans, so I paid £1 for those. These ones, leather ones, sort of women's ones, because they're the slim ones with the closer knit sort of waffle pattern. You can see there obviously. So yeah, and they were £4, but they could be in leather and being in really nice condition. I could get about £20 back for those, I'd imagine. These Converse I probably shouldn't have bothered with. A bit off the beaten track with the colours, trying to stick to your sort of your whites and blacks, then maybe go reds and the navy blue. They do all right, but should do all right with these. They're only £1, that's what drew me to them. So yeah, I should get about £12 maybe back on them. And then the last pair of trainers, little pair of Nike Air Force Ones. These are a couple of quid and should get about £15 back on them. They look a bit dirty on the front there, but I checked and it's just dirt. It's not actually scuffing, so that's fine. In terms of sort of odds and ends pickups, I picked up these. These are the Eagle Moss figures, which I think came with a magazine. You see these all the time. I often see these in charity shops, and charity shops think they found some sort of I don't know, collector's edition figurine or something like that, and they always seem to overprice them or price them at like £5 each or something. Even at the boot sale I saw quite a few of these, and the lady had them and wanted like £1.50 for each of them. I managed to get the 4 of them for £4, which isn't great. I mean, they sell for about £3-4 plus postage, so it might be a bit of a slow burn to sell 4 of them. I might just try and sell 4 for, I don't know, maybe £15 or something. We'll just see. But yeah, they're not going to pay for any holidays anytime soon, but a bit of money in those. This was nice, this Lego Ninjago. I could open it, but I couldn't see if the figures were in it or not. And then when I asked the guy how much he wanted for it, he wanted 50p, and I thought, oh, I'll take a chance even if the figures aren't in there. But both the figures are in there, which is great. It's actually complete. And I don't know, I think it's sort of like a set of 4. I don't know if the 4 ninjas made up a particular army or something on this particular thing, a bit like Power Rangers, I think. I don't know if it all sort of clicked together or something, this bit, but no, I was chuffed with that. So yeah, 50p, and that sells for about 12 quid. I could maybe sell the figures separate if I wanted to. Other little odds and sods, there was a nice Duplo, bag of Duplo. Lady wanted £1.50 for it. There was a couple of fire engines and a dog in there, and I recognised that as a particular set. I think, top of my head, I think it's set 6138, something like that. So there's, and I think the majority of that is in there. Also had a couple of base plates, and I think I made a comment on somebody's video that these base plates, I think it was this size one, but they came as like a set, like a red, a yellow and a green, and it'd probably do well if you did them as the bigger ones. If you can ever get them, sort of keeping hold of those 3 and selling those 3 colours together, because that's actually a set which would have a number, so you could, rather than just sort of saying red, yellow, green base plate, you could do that, but you could also put the actual item number. I might look the item number up and put it in the subtitles somewhere down here. So yeah, it's worth doing. So I'll keep those base plates and try and get the reds and the reds and greens to sort of go with those, and then make them as a set. But this, I'll sort of complete as much of that as I can. I've probably got the other bits in Duplo knocking around to make the complete set of that and then sell that. So for £1.50 that was a bargain. I bought this lady in this tramp doll. Yeah, they only wanted £2 each. I paid £3 for the pair. There's a bit of money and probably go for about 20 quid. They need washing, so I'll see how they come out. If they come out of the wash terrible, I'll just give them to our dog to play with. She will absolutely love them. They're about as big as her, actually. She's a little Shih Tzu Yorkie, so yeah, she'll love playing with them. Media stuff today. Did a bit, didn't do too badly. Got Doom for £1 on the PS1. That's about £8 game. Medal of Honor twin pack, again sort of about 8 quid, so you can get sort of top end for that. SingStar 90s, always pick this one up. There's a few SingStars I'd always pick up, that's one of them. That was £1, goes for about 6 quid. Simpsons Hit and Run on the PC, in the big box. I've had that a few times in the past, not had it for a while actually, but yeah, it goes for about 6 to 8 quid, maybe up to even 10 I suppose you can get on that. Yeah, and that was 50p. Buffy 50p on the Xbox. I sometimes put this one and Chaos Bleeds together. I think I did sell a copy of this yesterday, so it's great to replace that. Resident Evil 4, not a huge amount of money in it, but for £1 you can do alright on that one. That's about 5-6 quid. And Justice Hit League Heroes, I think I've sold this in the past for about 10 quid, and so I paid £1.50 for that one, so it's paid up a bit on that one. Guy had 4 nice Wii games. I paid 6 quid for the 4 games. The titles, what have we got there? I'll go this way. Got Turtles Smash Up, that's about a £12 game delivered. Toy Story 3, about 5-6 quid. Metroid, about the same sort of price, 6-7 quid maybe. You can get a bit more than that actually for that one. And then Spyro, Dawn of Dragon, that you can get up to about a tenner for that one. Guy had loads of stuff on a floor, and it was sort of like 4 items for £1. I couldn't find 4 I wanted. I just about managed to find 2. Dawn of War Soulstorm, the expansion. It's only the instructions in the disc, but the key codes on the back of the product keys on the back of the instructions, so that's great. And I can't remember what I sold that for. I think I might have sold that for 14 quid or 13 quid or something recently, so it does all right. Then this Airliner pilot, I took a punt on this. It's an expansion for the Flight Simulator game, and yeah, that goes for about 8 quid by itself, so that was quite nice. And then Dino Thunder for £1 on the PS2. And I've sold that one. That's the one, I think, of the Power Rangers ones, which is worth looking out for. This was quite interesting. This was Decida on the Final Fantasy on the PSP, and it's the limited edition. Lady had lots of games, and she wanted 3 quid for each of them, no matter sort of what they were. And I looked inside, and it's got all the extra bits, you know, like your postcards and the art book and the soundtrack and stuff like that. Had the game, looked inside. someone had nicked the game out of it, so they were a bit gutted about that. And she wanted £3 for it, and she was going to say, "Oh, that's a shame. That's a bit." And I said, "Well, do you want to?" She said, "Would you?" I said, "Sorry." I said, "Would you give it to us just for like a £1.50 then, just for that?" And so she said, "Yeah, that's fine." She was pleased just to get rid of it, so I paid £1.50 for that. And sometimes you see people selling these sort of all the peripheral bits for a sort of a limited edition. It says no game in the listing, so I'll just do that. You never know, I might get sort of £8 to £10 for that, I'd imagine. So yeah, it was quite good. A few board games. This was a nice one, Monopoly the National Trust. I've never had this one before. It goes for about, top end you can get about £30 for this, but I think I'll probably pitch it around £25, something like that, 20-25. Couple of well, there's a Trivial Pursuit there, family edition. I think that one sells quite well just by itself without breaking it down. A couple of Trivial Pursuits for kids. They were sort of £1 each, these games. Simpsons 3D Chess, I paid £2 for that. I've sold one of those in the past for £15, so it's just a repeat listing, which is really easy. And then Escalado, which I've never had in the past actually, but I know people do quite well with that, and that was £1, and it's in really nice condition. Last couple of things, just common stuff. DualShock PS2 controller and SingStar mics, paid £1 for each of those, and I've got sort of rolling listings for those, and I just sort of update them with the number of them that I've got in stock. And selling, I think I've said in the past, selling PS2 stuff, the SingStar stuff at this time of year is quite good because of summer and barbecues and karaoke and all that stuff. So yeah, those were all my pickups, so pretty pleased with that. It was a good morning. I could have spent even longer there. I was probably there for about 2.5 hours by the time I sort of had got there and got home. And you could spend another hour there, and on driving home there's another boot sale that I could go to. But I just start thinking, if you leave at 6:30 and you're getting back at, I don't know, gone midday, it just feels like almost feels like it's work then. When you go out for a couple of hours before sort of the day really starts, it feels like you're just doing something as a bit of a hobby. But I try to limit myself to not spending all morning there. So yeah, so I was there for a couple of hours, but it could have been longer. But yeah, really pleased with everything I got this morning. In terms of sales, did quite well yesterday actually. Got shifted this pair of Nikes, which I said were similar to the other ones I picked up for £35, having paid I think £8 for those. I can't remember, but about that. They're really nice condition, so that was a good sale. Sold these Adidas for £20. It's just because of the rims being, I could have maybe coloured those in, but I didn't, but the rims, if they'd been better, I'd have got even more for those. But yeah, £20 was great on them. I paid a couple of pounds for them. Sold this big box Theocracy game, paid £10 for this and another couple of games, and so got 17 back on that one by itself, which was great. Xbox, the Buffy game, yeah, got £3.50 for that as it is. If I'd had the case, I'd have probably cost for about a £5, so that's what the other one will go on for. And then Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, that was £6, sold that for. And then this, which I mentioned in my last video, Third Drop from the Sun. Yeah, got £55 from that. Literally as I finished filming yesterday, someone bought that about 20 minutes later. So yeah, I was pleased with that. Really pleased having paid £5 for that one. And then this last thing is a bit of an anomaly. This one, I sold this for £9 or something like that for someone. But I posted this and somebody, and it went to Argos. The guy left me positive feedback. Said really pleased with everything. And then I got a message from Argos like a couple of weeks later saying, we're sorry to say that the person hasn't been to collect their item, so it's going to get returned to you. I was like, and I messaged the guy and I said, I'm getting this message from Argos, what's going on here? He goes, no, I'm happy, I've got the game, and he'd left the feedback. So I don't know if he was confusing me with another buyer or something like that, but either way, this got sent back to me from Argos. I relisted it, had to refund the guy, and then, yeah, just sold it on again. So yeah, really strange one there. I don't really know what happened with that. So yeah, that's my sales from yesterday. So yeah, probably over £100 profit yesterday alone, actually. It was a bit of a result. In terms of what I've got to get on with, I mean, I'm a bit embarrassed to show you this, but I suppose I can. Like, I've just got so much stuff to get on with, like listing. There's just like a mountain of trainers on my bed to get on with. In terms of jeans, I mean, there must be coming on to like 20-30 pairs of jeans to list, and that's all those expensive diesel ones that I just didn't get done before I went on holiday. So yeah, I've got loads of stuff to be getting on with over the next couple of days. But yeah, sure I'll do well, sure I'll get some good sales out of everything. Anyway, it's good to be back, good to be doing videos. Thanks for people dropping us the comments, it's nice to be appreciated, and yeah, I'll keep the videos coming. Cheers guys, good luck if you've been out this morning, and speak soon. Bye.